It is day 10 of the second Grand Slam of the year, Roland-Garros, and as we reach the quarterfinal stage, we continue to have sun, spectators, and great tennis. Hello and welcome to Night and Day at Roland-Garros. It is the business end of the competition, and with that in mind, here for you is what we have for you on tonight's show. Sabalenka stays in the race to be world #1. Djokovic reaches his 45th Grand Slam semi-final. And it's the ticket to have, the Roland-Garros night session. And featuring in that night session this evening, the penultimate one, because they stop after the quarter-final stage, we have a young man, just 20 years of age, who also happens to be the world #1. So Carlos Alcaraz, he came on site, I mean, look how much stuff he's carrying. But he came on site today at 1:46, fully prepared for what lies ahead with his team around him. Nice and early just to make sure he gets everything done, and we'll be hearing from Alcaraz, who is the youngest player to reach consecutive Roland-Garros quarterfinals since Novak Djokovic did it when he was a 20-year-old. Now he'll be taking on the 5th seed, Stefanos Tsitsipas. Now, he arrived at 6:45. It doesn't mean his alarm was late and he's getting in too late. He actually trained off-site across the road at Jean-Bouin, the training facility. It's close by, but it's a very, very different environment in terms of building up to this evening. And the good news is that we're going to be hearing from them both a little later before they take to the court. But before we get to the night session, let's look back on the action that has been completed and start with the first player to book their place in this year's semi-finals. It's a match between Karolina Muchova and Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova, two players with rankings that don't reflect their talent or experience, both coming back from injuries. Pavlyuchenkova, as you know, is a former runner-up here in 2021. Having an absolutely amazing one, using a protected ranking, a special ranking to get into the tournament. And Muchova, a second time for her. First time, sorry, in the second week of Roland-Garros, and she was looking for a second Grand Slam semi-final. The ability for Muchova, the Czech player, to hit any shot. She has this incredible ability to improvise, and would you believe that she says that clay is her least favourite surface. Now, it was a 4th Grand Slam quarterfinal, had so many injuries. She actually said at Indian Wells this year that she has to take it easy and she has to think about her body a little bit more because she doesn't want those niggles to come back. But look at how she slid up to that ball to thread the ball down the line. She moves so well across the surface, does Karolina Muchova. She was 43 in the world. She was the player that wasn't seeded, that no other player wanted to meet, and for just cause. And live rankings with this win moves her up to 19 in the world and moves her into her second Grand Slam semi-final, the first coming at the Australian Open in 2021. It's so nice to see the smile on her face. She's been working a lot with the former player Kirsten Flipkins. Likes to play the guitar in the spare time to relax. But I think best of all, it's good to see both of these players back fit. For Pavlyuchenkova, she's going to break back into the top 100, the 31-year-old, very soon. She should be very happy with what she did here. But for Muchova, what a great win. She's through to the semi-finals, and she had this to say when she spoke on court post-match.
Thank you very much. I don't know more what to say. It's been incredible 2 weeks, and I'm just glad I'm still in a competition. Thank you.
You played a very solid first set with break and break back and finally won it. How important was this first set?
Very important. I think it was,
I guess so.
Yeah. I'm glad that I didn't sort it out, and I'm glad that I was able to break her, and then I played with the wind. It was a little bit windy. So very important, and I'm glad it happened that way.
Muchova to face the winner of Aryna Sabalenka, the world #2, and Alina Svitolina, another player here on a protected ranking, playing her first major since becoming a mum. Now, the first set for Sabalenka, 6-4. Sabalenka broke on the first break point at 5-4. She closed out with her first set point. The early stages, though, of this second set. Now, that were the players trading breaks. Went a little bit off the ball, Sabalenka, and the defense of Svitolina was just drawing the errors from the Belarusian. So a topsy-turvy, middling part of this second set. First Roland-Garros semi-final, Aryna Sabalenka was looking for. She's also looking for her 34th match win of 2023. They hadn't met since 2020, and their head-to-head was tied at 1 apiece, but so much has happened to both the respective players since, with Alina Svitolina becoming a mum and Aryna Sabalenka becoming a Grand Slam champion. But with this win, a 12th straight Grand Slam win for Aryna Sabalenka. And as I mentioned, 34 wins for the year. That is one more than she picked up in the whole of 2022. She closed it out with her second match point. And would you believe, only 3 women have won their first 5 or more Grand Slam quarterfinals in the Open era. She joins with her 5 wins from 5, Anne Jones with 6, and Chris Evert with 48. So Aryna Sabalenka is in very, very good company. She's still on course to be world number 1 and to be Roland-Garros champion. We will hear from Alina Svitolina shortly in her press conference, but first off, on court, your winner, Aryna Sabalenka.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. She's such a tough opponent, moving well, and what she's doing after giving a burst, it's impressive, and big respect to her. But yeah, it was a tough match, and I'm super happy with the win, and atmosphere was amazing. Thank you so much for being here and supporting us. I mean, we all know that you're waiting for Novak, but still, I'll take it like it's for me. Thank you. Thank you.
Physically, I was trying to come back because obviously not taking the racket for 8 months, you need to work on everything to play again at the good level, to be able to compete against top players. Try to, to improve everything, starting from the serve, and ending with the physical, mental conditions. Everything is just has to be started again, and that's why I'm really proud of these past days that I've been playing lots of intense matches, a lot of matches where I showed a good level of tennis, and just lots of things positive from these matches that I played in Strasbourg and here, of course.
So the first women's semi-finalists, still plenty of people here enjoying the early evening sunshine, because I do believe this has been the hottest day of the tournament so far. That was the bottom half of the women's draw. Karolina Muchova will take on the world number 2, Aryna Sabalenka. Sabalenka still in the hunt to be world number 1. Now let's move to the top half of the men's draw. And you heard Sabalenka say there, you're only here to wait for Novak. Novak Djokovic duly followed that meeting between Alina Svitolina and Aryna Sabalenka. It would be a 10th meeting against Karen Khachanov, the Russian, now 8-1 in favour of Djokovic. And outside of that one win in 9 previous meetings, Khachanov in the Djokovic wins had taken just the 1 set. So it was a big moment at the start of this contest because Novak Djokovic had got to the quarter-final stage without dropping a set. He's played once in the night session. The rest of those matches have come during the heat of the day. So it's a tough ask for Karen Khachanov. When you look back at his record, you have to go back to their second meeting for Khachanov to pick up a win. But he took the set from Novak Djokovic, but unfortunately then you can see a whitewash in the second set tiebreak, 7 points in a row for Novak Djokovic, the 2-time champion who's looking for Grand Slam title number 23. Wasn't totally settled, Djokovic. I think the tiebreak put him in a slightly better mood. Lovely, delicate touch. Able to open up the court, get the winner, and get the job done in the second set. And a little bit of relief and good thinking from the Djokovic box. 3 hours and 38 minutes on the clock, and Novak Djokovic in his 14th consecutive Roland-Garros quarterfinal, which is a tournament. He's got the tournament record over Nadal of 17, a 55th Grand Slam quarterfinal. He would move into his 45th Grand Slam semi-final. That's 1 behind Roger Federer, and a 12th Roland-Garros semi-final. That's 3 behind Nadal. He now has 90 wins at Roland-Garros, Novak Djokovic. It is the top half of the draw. He showed what he could do coming from a set down. He's moved into the semi-finals, and he was in a good mood when he spoke to Mats Wilander on court after the win.
Well, it was also due to his quality of tennis. I think he was a better player for most of the 2 sets. I was struggling on the court, I think, to find my rhythm. I made a lot of unforced errors and kind of came into the match quite slow, quite sluggish, but yeah, played a perfect tiebreak, really. And from that moment onwards, I think I played for a couple of levels higher than I did at the beginning, and a little bit of a scare towards the end of the fourth set, but I managed to win 8 points in a row to finish it out. So, it's a big fight. It's something that you expect. Quarterfinals of a Grand Slam. You're not going to have your victories handed over to you. You got to earn them. So, I'm just glad to overcome the big challenge of today. Je voudrais remercier à tout le public pour votre présence et votre soutien. Merci beaucoup.
Merci Novak. Merci. Well done. Merci. Thank you very much.
He is a man of many languages, and a 45th Grand Slam semi-final and 12th here. They are absolutely incredible numbers. The entertainment has started behind me. The crowd are making their way in. The players will be out in around 10 or 15 minutes time, and we're going to be looking ahead to tonight's session very shortly. But you have seen so many, I'm sure, good moments, points and shots through the course of the tournament. And I have a feeling that tonight we're going to put together a highlight reel of all the standout moments. But here for you is the moment we decided on from day 10.
Égalité.
If you get it done with a tweener, it's always going to qualify for moment of the day. Well done to Karen Khachanov. Now, we saw the players tonight's session arrive a little bit later. Remember, we pointed out that Stefanos Tsitsipas has been preparing off-site across the road at the training facility Jean Bouin. For the world number one, the 20-year-old Carlos Alcaraz, he was getting it all done here. So he arrived at 1:45, and then he was in the gym. His coach, Juan Carlos Ferrero, I think he's looking up at one of the screens there. This was 4:47, and that stretching's not actually as easy as it looks, but it's the preparation that these players, it's the stuff you don't actually normally see, but it's what they go through. Don't just walk out on court. They spend so long getting their bodies just right to try and avoid injuries. They all have their different routine, different things that work for them, different things that they need to work on. But there was a good amount of time spent in the gym, and as you can see, there's not many people in it as we're getting down to the final stages of this competition. So Carlos Alcaraz, age 20, in the gym a little bit earlier. Now, I hope you've been enjoying our Never Have I Ever series as much as I enjoyed putting the questions to the players. The good news is that we have more to come. So here for you, the latest series of revelations.
Who is that?
Ugo Humbert.
No way, really?
I probably have, but it's, to my defense, it's not like maybe a birthday gift or a Christmas gift. It's more like maybe if I get a gift from the tournament here in Roland-Garros, like a T-shirt.
No, I don't do that.
You sure, yeah? Not even a tournament gift, something?
Oh, of course, tournament gift, but this is to make my friends happy.
I have. I mean, Roland-Garros last year I had like 10. And not 10, maybe not 10. I didn't have enough room in my luggage.
I don't know, 5, 6 for sure.
Okay. It's not too, we've had more, so that's good.
Ah, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Ah, si. Ah, si, yes.
Combien, how many?
A lot, but all the Grand Slam.
Yeah. But what
because I like to give some gift to my friends.
Everybody said yes when it came to taking more than one tournament towel away with them. Now, earlier today, the 17th edition of the wheelchair tournament got underway here at Roland-Garros, and in a change in the singles event, they've actually expanded it from 12 players to 16. And leading the way for the women was world number one, Dida de Groot. Now, she is bidding to win, and these numbers are quite phenomenal. Her 10th consecutive Grand Slam title. She's a 2-time defending champion at Roland-Garros and a 3-time singles champion overall. Absolutely phenomenal, Dida de Groot, what she is doing in the sport. And today, she reached an impressive an incredible milestone. By beating her opponent, the Frenchwoman Emmanuelle March, 6-2, 6-2, she made it, you can see in the back of the shirt, 100 consecutive two-level wins with a trophy presented by tournament director Amélie Mauresmo. Stunning numbers, but she has a way to go to match her countrywoman Esther Vergeer, who went on a 470-match win streak. Look at that bunch of flowers. Have you ever seen anything bigger? That is impressive, but it's deserved for 100 consecutive match wins. Alfie Hewitt's got a way to go to get there, but he's the top seed in the men's competition. He was up against the Dutch player Tom Egberink, and Hewitt, like de Groot, is looking to win a 4th Roland-Garros singles title. Now, Hewitt won the title here. 2017 was the first time. He loves playing on the clay. Then 2020 and 2021. Didn't reach the final last year. Shingo Kaneda came away with the title. Shingo Kaneda has since retired and does hold the record, the Japanese player, for the most singles titles at Roland-Garros at 8. But I'm sure it's a number that Alfie Hewitt is eyeing up. And this is the perfect start against Egberink to his challenge. He'll also be contesting the doubles with his partner, Gordon Reid. And there was a win for Gordon Reid. And you can keep up to date with all the results and when the matches are via RolandGarros.com. There's also an app that you can use to follow all the action here at Roland-Garros. But a really good day. There is still tennis being played across the courts, across the site on day 10 at Roland-Garros. Now, ahead of the night session, we thought, before we get stuck into that, it would be good to round up the moments from, shall we call it, the day session.
We all know that Paris is the city of love, and the love is there even when I'm on the court.
Right, to one of the hottest tickets in town you can get on a Tuesday night. It is, of course, for the penultimate Roland-Garros night session. And this evening for you, we have a 5th meeting, a repeat of this year's Barcelona final between the number 1 in the world, Carlos Alcaraz, and the number 5, Stefanos Tsitsipas. And we've been following their journey for you since they arrived on site a little bit earlier. We saw Carlos Alcaraz in the gym. Now we're going to take a look at their final training session. And again, you're going to see the contrast between the two. We'll start with the world number 1 and look at that round of applause, because this was in fact a public training session. He was out on court around 5 o'clock, having done everything he needed to do. Now a little bit more of the gym work. So 4th career Grand Slam quarterfinal for Alcaraz. His numbers this year, 134, lost 3. He's 24-2 on the clay, and he's also picked up 4 titles this year. The youngest player to reach back-to-back Roland-Garros quarterfinals since Novak Djokovic in 2007. And again, this practice played out in front of full stands. He would sign autographs and pictures at the end and have that trademark smile on his face. And we were very lucky that once training was complete, we got to get a few words with the world number 1.
I think everybody wants to see this match, you know, both we are coming playing at such a great level, high quality. So I think everybody gonna enjoy this match, and of course, talking about myself, I'm gonna enjoy this match.
Now the contrast is that with Stefanos Tsitsipas training at Jean-Bouin, you can also see it there, just having a little chat with someone he knows. But apart from that, it's quiet, there's silence. It's his father Apostolos, the only voice in his coaching box after Mark Philippoussis and the team parted ways. He said there were too many voices, so just dad out there. But this is a training facility across the road. So Tsitsipas looking for a first win against Carlos Alcaraz, 2021 runner-up. He's 6-0. He's never lost a Grand Slam quarter-final match, and he's won 12 of his 13 sets at this year's championship. It was just that set dropped against Yuri Vesely in the first round, and he's been building momentum ever since. And he's still looking for his first title of 2023, but a different build-up to Carlos Alcaraz. But once again, we were lucky enough that once his training was complete, he said a few words about appearing in tonight's night session.
Not really, just gives me more time to prepare. I mean, as you saw me here this afternoon, I might have had a few more hours to rest, so yeah, I wouldn't say anything negative about it. It's just I would say that night sessions are kind of exciting because you get a lot of crowd involved. You know, it's late night. It gives you opportunity to all different kind of time zones to be involved in rivalries like this. So quite exciting on that. Thank you so much.
So that was a little bit earlier. Now, I have touched on it, but if you are a Tsitsipas fan, maybe just cover your eyes or look away for a couple of minutes as we take a closer look at their head-to-head.
You know, have a tough competitor on the other side of the net that fights, that gets creative, puts a lot of attention to detail, and I just need to fight on it.
And thinking that I'm playing a great level is such a good energy for me.
Now we are very close to the players walking out on the court. You can see there Philippe Chatrier, but firstly, by the end of tomorrow, the semi-final lineups will be complete. Anjibur starts things off against Beatrice Haddad-Maia, a third meeting between the two. 6-0 Swiatek against Coco Gauff, a repeat of last year's final. Then Sasha Zverev, Thomas Etchery, and Holger Rune against Casper Ruud, a spicy rerun of last year's quarterfinal in the final night session. But now to the moment we've been waiting for, the arrival of the players onto Philippe Chatrier for the night session.
Match comptant pour les quarts de finale du tournoi Messieurs Roland-Garros 2023. Premier joueur entré sur le court et 5e mondial aujourd'hui. Il était finaliste ici en 2021. Il est grec, Stefanos Tsitsipas. Il rentre en compagnie d'Elanor. Et il s'est opposé à celui qui n'a que 20 ans, déjà vainqueur d'un grand chelem, l'US Open l'an passé. Il est espagnol, numéro 1 mondial, Carlos Alcaraz.
A wonderful reception for both players out onto Philippe Chatrier behind me. We have an exciting, intriguing night ahead of us. I'm sure we'll have a highlights reel, another one by the end of it. Might see a little bit of that for you tomorrow. If you'd like to follow the action many ways across social media. And right now on Radio Roland-Garros, we're building up and we will have ball by ball comments. We are with you through till the very end. I hope you can join us at the same time tomorrow when we will have almost nearly completed our semi-final lineup for 2023. But until next time, enjoy the action and we'll see you again tomorrow.